Hello people. Today's topic is on why Paper Rex is the best team in Valorant. What is Valorant? Valorant is a tactical shooter game with abilities.
But today, we're talking about a very specific part of Valorant. Its esports scene. Valorant has a thriving Tier 1 esports scene where 48 teams across the world aim to lift the trophy to cement themselves in history. Towards this goal of utter domination, these 48 teams will use both the tactical and shooter part of Tactical Shooter. And out of these 48 teams, one stands out among the rest. No, not that one. There we go. Introducing Paper Rex. Paper Rex is an esports organization based in Singapore, and their Valorant team consists of Patman, Forsaken, Something, Jing, Devi, Mindfreak, and last but not least, Coach Alex, who is known for slamming his desk. Don't worry, this is actually a very common occurrence. So, why is the coach of one of the greatest Valorant teams in history angry all the time? And does he, like many of us now, need therapy? While the rage of this handsome coach of Paper Rex might seem excessive, it all starts making sense once you take a look at the players he's coaching. The players of Paper Rex, with the exception of Patman, will play like if you gave a cackle of hyenas both a Four Loko and cocaine. Fun fact, a group of hyenas is called a cackle. Anyways, here's what I mean.
Oh, ada. Let's go, boy! Wait. He's here, waterfall. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Let's go.
To understand how we got here though, we need to take a trip back in time to 2023. In 2023, Paper Rex's in-game leader was Benkai. Do note that an in-game leader is someone who leads their team strategically in-game. This is considered one of the most important roles to have in a Valorant team because tactics are part of tactical shooters, and the coach can't talk to the team outside of timeouts, of which there are only 2 per map. Benkai led the team to multiple international tournaments and was a key reason they fostered such a unique and chaotic playstyle. I say was because he was then benched for a guy who could shoot his gun very good. So, what did Paper Rex lose from not having an in-game leader? As Wan Yi Tang from the Sports Journal writes,
similar to traditional sports, leaders are important in providing support for team members. The need for effective leadership has never been more so, where people require confidence, resilience, and determination.
This is starting to look a bit concerning, but let's also look at what Paper Rex gained from not having an in-game leader. It's time to look at some numbers. Of the 11 bottom-rated players on VLR.gg, 7 are in-game leaders. You can see that they don't have many kills. This is because in-game leaders have to focus their attention on actually thinking about the game and reading their opponents. In contrast, Paper Rex now have this guy, and his stats are green, and green means good. They now have one extra player who can focus on their gun instead of the brain. And that player, Something, was able to pull off something like this in his first international tournament with PRX.
Win on Ascent will force a timeout here.
Here's the thing, many people will argue that having good strategies and an effective tactical caller is necessary for the game. These people often reside in the crevices of a mystical land known as Reddit. However, Bren, a Valorant esports commentator and professional analyst, has a few choice words.
Paper Rex are the fucking worst nightmare of the armchair analyst. There's a subsection of player base out there that thinks the game needs to be defined down to the fucking numbers, the analytics. Pushing up my glasses. You're gonna get shot in the face. You're gonna lose the round. It's a gun game. It's an FPS. This is Valorant, you motherfucker. You get shot, you die. You get shot, you die. You get shot, you lose the round. You lose the game. It's an FPS game.
Yes, he gets paid to say stuff like this. So, does this mean that Paper Rex's greatest weakness is also their strength? Well, they can create chaotic rounds where their opponents have to throw away their strategy book, and by exploiting this feature of their team identity, they can bridge the tactical gap quite easily while still having 5 very strong shooters. Also, it's not like Paper Rex have no strategic depth at all. According to interviews, they actually have a pretty detailed playbook and set strategies. To address the topic of Paper Rex's missing in-game leader, here's what Minnie, a 2-time international winning coach who has been helping PRX on the side, has to say on this matter.
Who's the closest to being the IG on Paper Rex? Jason. It would be better for them in the long run if they do commit a bit more to Jason.
But does Forsaken taking the in-game leader role impact his individual performance? No. In fact, he's the 6th highest rated individual performer in his region. Not to mention the recent introduction of Patman, an amazing support player to rein in these hyenas when they do something batshit insane, has cleaned up Paper Rex's role issues from having 3 duelist players. This means that Paper Rex are approaching what potentially might be their best form in a few splits. It's extremely rare for a team to be dominant for years on end, and Paper Rex has gotten so close to winning an international title so many times in a row. And we all know that 99% of gamblers quit before they win big. Now, taking all of the things I've said into consideration, why does this make Paper Rex the best team in Valorant Tier 1? Well, to put it simply, they shoot very good, they now have some brain, they are very hard to play against, and they have the proven talent to reach the highest level. If there is anything we can take away from the story of this team, it's that if life gives you lemons, just shoot them in the face. Signing off, the Paper Rex propagandist.